Hey, good evening. It's Christmas Eve, special edition of Everyday Talk 24/7. I want to talk about one of the harder things of Christmas tonight. Many of you, or someone you know, when Christmas morning comes, you'll be mourning. There's mourning on Christmas. It's a time that's supposed to be filled with joy and happiness, but for so many, it's not. The mourning, sadness, almost colors everything about the day. Maybe it's because of a loved one that's no longer here. I can relate to that. This will be the 10th Christmas since the Lord took Ruth home. And we miss those folks. And there's a heartache there. And there's a mourning, a sadness. That's one reason why we have mourning. But also there's a mourning that comes from brokenness in relationships. People who are not there, not because God took them home, but because they chose to leave the home where you are. When there's been estrangement, when there's been loss, when the ugly wounds seem to open right back up at this time of year. And again, Christmas becomes not just bittersweet, but bitter and a little bit of sweet. Maybe you've been the one who was wronged, or maybe you did the wrong. Being frustrated, sad, and lost. We can turn to Jesus because he was suffered in every way that we've suffered, tempted in every way that we are tempted. He knows the hurt of abandonment. He knows the hurt when we've just been tossed aside. He knows the pain of loss. But yet he was perfect so that we could be whole. This Christmas, if your Christmas morning is about mourning because of the loss that comes, Christ died so we can have hope. His birth led to his death, which leads to our life. And while he was still here with us, he offered words of encouragement for those of us who mourn on Christmas morning. Listen to what he says. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Don't allow the weight of these broken relationships, of those who are no longer here. Don't let them keep you from Jesus. Part of the Christmas miracle is that this baby grew up, endured all the things that we endure, was without sin, so that you and I can have hope. That's what he's asking here. Listen again. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. If this is where you are, if you're overcome by mourning on Christmas morning, he says, come to me, and I will give you rest. I will give you relief. Isn't that what we long for? Jesus has that for us. A yoke. It means we're joined with him. Not just a yoke of like a stock, but we are joined with Christ. And we can walk with him and be healed. Because he's gentle, he's humble, he cares, and he will give us rest. Again, in your mourning right now, we have those words of hope. He will heal the past. Those who have gone on, he will be gracious. The hurt that we face, the burden of our heart, Jesus came, born, lived, and died, and rose again, so that those things no longer have to control us. But by taking his yoke upon us, we know his gentle, humble, powerful, compassionate care, so that Christmas can be the joy, once again, of knowing the wonder of God, knowing that he cares for us. And it puts the mourning in a place where Jesus mourns with us, and yet we know hope. And that's the thought for this Christmas Eve night. Let me know if in the comments anything I can respond to about this. Let's take this hard time, give it to Christ, and not be ruled by the ugliness of others or their loss, but be ruled by the wonder of Christ's care for us. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow on Christmas Day. Thanks for being here tonight. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. May God richly bless you as you seek to live for his glory.